Okay, real quick or not, y'all know I'm long-winded. We need to have a conversation. What we need to talk about is hostile takeover. I know you see me advertising this book, but I know that you most likely have not heard me say a lot about it. If you are on my Patreon, you've seen quite a bit of it. I'm not quite done writing yet. Still working through it. Hoping to be able to release soon. I think I said like Pisces season or something like that. So we're working on it. But let me talk. It has been a nice little minute since the last time I put out a full-length contemporary romance novel. To be exact, my last full-length contemporary new release was Behind the Scenes, which was back in 2020. Now, that's not to say I have not been doing anything, because I've released, full-length sports romance. I've released full-length thriller, romance, suspense with the Predator series, however you want to categorize that. But straight up, full-length contemporary, it's been a hot little minute. And it's not even like I have the benefit of this book being like back to my roots. And so it's just a breeze to let it out. No, it's contemporary for sure, but it is not the warm and fuzziness that I might categorize with behind the scenes, love notes, etc., etc. This one is a little let's call it gritty. So while I don't think that it's like Anti-Up, I definitely think that it's more Anti-Up than Love Notes. Hostile Takeover is a marriage of convenience book that is not exactly amicable. We'll call it the hostile. We definitely have some of that between our hero and heroine. And if you read the short that I put out last year, Lady of the House, you're already somewhat familiar with these characters. Now, the reason that I say somewhat is because the similarities between Lady of the House and Hostile Takeover, it comes with some caveats. So Lady of the House was the first thing that I wrote coming out of a period of illness with my pregnancy. And I really just needed to do something out of the box for me, something fun, something a little darker than normal. I think before that, I had been writing like the New Heights books, which aren't, I wouldn't necessarily call them warm and fuzzy, but definitely warm. Definitely like there's no enemies to lovers type of vibe happening with either of the books that are currently out in the New Heights series. And I was working on a secret project that was incredibly stressful because it actually had a deadline that I was missing because I was sick. And that project was like a second chance romance. And so, long story short, I wanted to do something that was completely different from anything that had been on my plate. I had been teasing to my friends that I wanted to write something where the hero and heroine really didn't even actually like each other, and not even necessarily just didn't like each other, like couldn't stand each other. And that is not really it's not really conducive to romance unless you're talking about enemies to lovers, which was not exactly the vibe. And so I sat down and I just let my imagination run free, and I ended up with Lady of the House, where you have Nalani and Orion, these two that you immediately see that they're at odds. But even though they are at odds for reasons unknown to, the reader, they also have this amazing, like, blazing chemistry. And like I said, this was supposed to be short. This was supposed to be fun. I was supposed to be in and out and then on to the next thing. And of course, because I thought, okay, this is all it's going to be, the characters started giving me these hints that, wait a minute, there's actually more happening here. We have more in us, and it wouldn't let me go. So I let it play out in my head. And what I pretty quickly discovered was that there were certain story elements that I had put into lady of the house, that if I was going to write something full length, those story elements might not necessarily work anymore. And so when you're going from lady of the house to hostile takeover, it's not a one-to-one exchange. You're not reading a follow-up. You're not even necessarily reading a spin-off or a continuation or anything like that. You're reading something that the characters inspire me to give them more than what came along in the short, which is an absolute rarity for me. And so here we are again with a hero that I fully believe you're going to love to hate. By the end, you'll probably just love him. But is we oh, I don't even know what to say about Orion, but my girl Nalani, she is very, very enjoyable as a heroine to write. So you have all of these kind of moving parts happening around them, with drama and secrets and family issues and business and all of that. But at the heart of it, you have what is absolutely a love story. Maybe a little unconventional or a lot unconventional, but it's there. And we're going to see, but it's there. And we're going to see what happens. We're going to see how it continues to unfold. Now, again, I do not have a release date. I have said Pisces season, which is over on March 20th, I believe. And so we'll definitely see it before March 20th. I don't know how much before March the 20th, but definitely at some point before then, unless something crazy happens, which we're not ruling out anyway. Hostile Takeover will very likely be my last release before maternity leave. I do have some other fun things coming up, and so I'm really looking forward to that. Some fun things with audio and courses and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so we'll see, we'll see how all of that goes. I'm excited for the break. This pregnancy has been outright exhausting. I am not. We're definitely seeing a difference in age and dexterity. So again, we take it as it comes, and it's not as if I'll be completely absent during my break. I just won't be actively writing anything, but I'll still be around doing this and that as as I usually am. And then once baby arrives, we really will for real take a break. But just in the lead up, we'll be moving, preparing the nursery, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so I'll just have a lot going on. And so again, last release before the break. I can't say that I know what the rest of 2023 looks like for me in terms of book releases, but I'm excited about what's on the horizon and what I do for sure know is already in the pipeline. And so, yeah, that's it. Do me a favor though, if you have watched this far, let me know down in the comments what your favorite of my full-length releases are. And I got a lot of them. I know some of y'all try to play me, we don't want the novellas. And that's okay. That's okay. But don't try to play me like I don't have a vast catalog of full-length releases, okay? What's your favorite, girl? No, I'm joking. I mean, I do want to know, but I'm joking about the rest of it. But in any case, as always, thank you guys so much for watching me here. Thank you for your support, and I'll holla. Bye.